Yo, it's your boy LOZA. We are back today looking at another Dark Magician deck profile. This time of a very good friend of mine, Michael. Michael is the guy who got me back into playing Dark Magician. So, I really do like Michael and his deck lists. And, we bounced some ideas off each other for the crafting of this deck list. I'm not taking credit for it. I'm just saying he did chat to me about it when he was in the process of building it. And it was very interesting. You guys are going to love this deck profile. It's really good. So do yourself a favor. Head over to Michael's channel, Dark Magical Gaming. Give him a subscribe. He's actually got a giveaway coming up where he's giving away a playset of Magician Souls. If you don't have your Souls yet, here's a great chance for you to potentially win them. And if you already have your Souls, hey, I think he's giving away a Ultra playset, so you might want the rarity upgrade if you got the secrets, or I don't know, maybe you just want the Ultras anyway. But what I'm trying to say here is I work very closely with Michael a lot of the time, and I just don't think he gets the recognition he deserves. So guys, please head on over. If you like my content, there's two Dark Magician YouTubers I cannot recommend more. One of them is Michael from Dark Magical Gaming, and the other one is Matt, and I don't know Matt's YouTube name. Now the other one I'd highly recommend is Matt. His YouTube name is Yugioh7H4XF00. Not quite the easiest name to remember, but please go and check him out as well. I talk to these guys nearly every day about Dark Magician, probably every second day, but we talk about it a lot together. And look, we don't agree on 100% everything, but that's fine. And that's another great reason for you guys to check them out. You don't have to just watch my Dark Magician content, guys. I don't have everything 100% right, okay? A lot of my stuff is my opinion and my biased, ways, and that's fine for me. But I think if you guys wanted to be the best Dark Magician players, you would watch Matt and you would watch Michael. If you watch the three of us, I think you're on your way to being the Dark Magician prodigy, a real Yugimoto himself. But anyway, that was a very long intro. Let's get into this deck profile. I'm super excited. You're going to love this.
Welcome back to the channel. Today is the day you have all been waiting for, and that is the long-awaited return of the Dark Magician profile on my channel. So this is a deck that is going to look a lot different from any deck that you see on YouTube as far as the Dark Magician archetype goes, and I'm going to kind of speed through the initial deck profile to show off the list, and then we're going to go into the justification as to why we play the cards we play and the numbers that we do. We're just going to be showing off the list. So we start off, we have 2 Dark Magicians, 1 Dark Magician Girl, 3 Magician Souls, 1 Magician's Rod, 3 Illusion of Chaos, 2 Apprentice Illusion, 2 Red Eyes Black Dragons, 3 Black Metal Dragons, 3 Girasu the Orcus Mech Knight, 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and 1 Timaeus the United Dragon. Rounds off the monsters. So going into our spell cards, we have 3 copies of Preparation of Rites.
So you probably noticed he's playing 2 Red Eyes, 2 Dark Magician. So I think you can see what's happening here. A very, very strong Dragoon Turbo build. This is Dragoon Turbo as you've never seen it before. The ideas Michael has with this are absolutely crazy. I'm not going to show off the combos and test hands later. I'm just going to show off the profile and try roast it. So far, it's hard to roast it because I know what everything does, but I guess you could be like, well, you're playing Red Eyes and 2 Red Eyes, 2 Dark Magician Girl, that's 5 bricks, that's 50% chance to brick, but it's not 50% chance, no, so it's only a 50% chance. So we've got 2 DM, we've got 2 Red Eyes, and we've got 1 DMG. Right, they're our brick cards, our big brick boys. So it's 5 and 5, 50% chance, right? Wrong. Michael isn't playing 40 cards, he's playing 50 cards. So the chance is more like when you play 4 bricks, it's only a 40% chance. Now, of course, if he did manage to cut down to 4 bricks, 35% chance. That's actually really good. So you can see how playing more cards in your deck can be more consistent in some ways when you have to play a lot of bricks. I'm not saying go out and play 60 card Dark Magician, but I am saying sometimes it's very fun to play a deck that goes over 40 cards, and if you can justify some of the reasons for it, go for it. It's very fun.
Our spell cards, we have 3 copies of Preparation of Rites, 3 copies of Allure of Darkness, 3 Soul Servants, 3 Red Eyes Insight, 2 Dark Magical Circles, 2 Dark Magic Inheritance, 2 Red Eyes Fusion, 1 1-for-1, 1 Secrets, 1 Salvation, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Magical Eyes Fusion, 1 Eagle Booster, 1 Hornet Drone, and 1 Engage.
Okay, so you saw that. You saw that there was only 2 Red Eyes Fusion, but there's 3 Red Eyes Insight, which means, naturally, there's 5 copies of Ref in this deck. 5 copies, we just looked at that ratio. He's got a 42 or something % chance of opening one of those every game, which is freaking awesome. Not to mention, he's got a bunch of other good ratios, like Circle at 2 in a 50 card deck's really good, and especially since he's got other normal summons, he only has Like, Rod is only at 1, I'm pretty sure, which means his other normal summons are the priority, which means you do need to kind of hard open Circle Eternal Soul. So playing them at 2 and 50 cards is a lot better too, because you're probably not going to see them together as much, which is very nice. So if you had a sharp eye, you would have caught that he's playing Dark Magic Inheritance at 2. That was a bit of a yikes for me, and that's the part where I would roast Michael for sure. In fact, we already did, and he said if he did play the list again, he wouldn't play Inheritance, or he would play it at 1. That sounds pretty accurate. There are a lot of spells in this deck that he just puts in the grave, especially with Insight, Prep, Allure, etc., etc. So you can almost justify playing the 1 Inheritance, and I wouldn't sue him for it. But overall, Inheritance isn't that great a card. Like, it's just Rod, but you need to banish 2. If it was banish 1, we'd probably all play it. But the fact that it's banished 2 is just so awkward. I know the card was made a long time ago, and they didn't want it to be, like, better than Rod, because then why would you play Rod? But anyway, the point is, Inheritance is old, and it should be easier to use. It's really silly. If they wanted us to use it, they should have given Dark Magician more spells. Like, Illusion of Chaos should have just been a spell that's Rota. That way we're filling our grave for Inheritance. But, alas, I always thought we would get a Rota spell for our Dark Magician monsters. I never thought it would be a ritual. So, there you go. We play Prep instead, so it's kind of like the same thing, I guess.
And the last 2 cards in the deck are 1 Eternal Soul and 1 Return of the Red Eyes. So,
yes.
We'll get into the extra deck later as well.
So Return of the Red Eyes, for those who don't know, essentially is acting as the second copy of Eternal Soul here. It can revive any normal monster in the bin, I believe. I think maybe you need to have a Red Eyes. I don't know. I'll have the card up on the screen, though. But basically, it's like playing 2 Eternal Soul, but one of them searchable off the Red Eyes Insight engine. So let's say he opens up Insight and Ref. Well, he doesn't need the Ref, right? He doesn't need to search Ref off Insight. So instead, he can search for Return of the Red Eyes. Obviously, Return of the Red Eyes can revive the vanilla Red Eyes too, which means you can make, more Dragoons easier that way as well. I found my roast. I just watched the rest of the deck profile. You guys are going to have to watch it yourself, though. Go check it out. Michael, you didn't put your extra deck in it, you freaking monkey. What are you doing? We want to see the extra deck. There's some spice in there, guys. Okay, I'm telling you about the spice. Obviously, there's 2 Dragoons, but there is some Orcus stuff, and it is freaking cool. I do hope Michael just uploads a video with the extra deck too. But I can tell you, without spoiling too much, there is an Orcus Galatea for when your Gearsuit does not get negated. So that means, some games you can make Anaconda using Gearsuit on the token, but some games you might just want to make Dingarusu to send, so you're going to make your Galatea instead, and then slap Ding on top, which is very nice. You can get the send, and Ding also works really well as a boss monster in Dark Magician, because you can protect your Circle and Eternal Soul. Ding says if any of your cards would get destroyed, you can just remove one of its material instead, and that effect does not activate, so it's not like your opponent can chain Imperm or Ghost Ogre to it, okay? It's just a thing that happens, kind of like Red Eyes Flare Metal. Like, it doesn't activate, it just kind of happens in the background. So anyway, this deck profile is freaking epic. Michael didn't put his extra deck because he's a complete chimpanzee, but hopefully he will fix that soon. Anyway, guys, go check that out. Michael is a complete god at this deck, and I hope we will see some more content from him soon in regards to Dark Magician. He has been off it for a while, which is fair enough. It can get very frustrating to play the deck, but he did say he would return once we got Illusion of Chaos and the new support. And that's where we are now, so let's hope there's more content coming from Michael. Anyway, have yourself a great night, and I'll catch you guys very soon. And remember, play your ref at 3, except if you play Insight, then you can cut it down to 2.